This is getting frustrating. Mitchell Robinson has missed the entire season for the Knicks. He was supposed to return in December. Then that turned into mid-December. Then late December. Then it turned into January. Mid-January. Late January. That turned into early February. And now it looks like his return date has been pushed back again. Despite this, though, he looks like he's in phenomenal shape. And he's even dropped some serious weight. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, guys, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are on a mission to try to reach 25,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. Robinson's return date has been pushed back. Where is Mitchell Robinson? And when is he going to return? Those are the same two questions I was asked last month. And the month before that. And the month before that. Mitchell Robinson has missed the entire season as he's rehabbing that surgically repaired ankle. The Knicks are being cautious with him because once he returns, they do not want him to miss another game. The Knicks defense inside is a far cry from what it used to be. If Robinson returns, he would change that instantly. Unfortunately, it looks like that return date has been pushed back again. Shout out to Steve Popper with Newsday for giving us the following information. According to him, Robinson's return could be the mid-season acquisition that the Knicks need. It's not just Robinson's status that holds up his trade possibilities, but Precious Achiuwa just cleared the deadline, which now opens him up for trades. And Jericho Sims wouldn't mind finding a new home with more opportunities. The Knicks are hesitant to move off of one of their big men until they know if they're going to have Mitchell Robinson back. One thing that seems likely now is that Mitchell Robinson won't be in a game before the deadline. The trade deadline is February 6th. That would classify as early February. So late January, early February, that is no longer on the table for Robinson. It now looks like he is firmly looking to return at the very least in the middle of February. And if you ask me, it looks like it's going to be even beyond that. Because when you take a look at these following updates about Robinson's rehab, you'll soon see he is nowhere close to practicing. And if you're not close to practicing, that means you are weeks away from returning and being an active player on the team. Shout out to the New York Post Steph Bondi for giving us the following information. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau for giving us the following update about Mitchell Robinson. According to him, just working individually right now. So Robinson hasn't been cleared. There will be a progression, and it starts with 1-on-0. 1-on-0. Let that sink in. And this is not even being cleared for contact yet. And we're in the late stages of January right now. Once again, there will be a progression, and it starts with 1-on-0, which is really where he is right now. He hasn't been cleared for contact yet, so that will be the next phase. I've been very pleased with the way he's been approaching the rehab. Very diligent, working hard. He's doing all that he can every day, working on his conditioning. So he's done a good job. And then we focus on what we have to do with the team right now and who's available, preparing for each game. But he's done a really good job. Thibodeau continues here by stating, obviously, he's in the pool a lot. So he's doing that type of stuff. On a bike, the low impact stuff. Diet is a big part of that as well. And he's lifting. He's doing a lot of things like that. Whatever he can do, he's done, which is good. He's making good progress. Let me first say that it's very good to hear that Robinson is progressing very well in his rehab. And I also want to mention, it's not Robinson's fault that he's in rehab in the first place. A big old guy in Philadelphia who's missing a lot of games this year. Karma? Could it be karma? it might be karma, caused Robinson to go down with an injury. I'm, of course, talking about Joel Embiid, who pulled on his leg when he was going up for a play, and that essentially took out Robinson for the Knicks. So we have to mention that. Although, even though we have to mention it, we also have to say that his return date, once again, has been pushed back. It was December, January, early February. Now it's mid-February. But here's the thing. He's in the pool still. Good dieting still. Good lifting still. Doing all the same things that he was doing weeks ago. There is no movement or progression from that. Maybe he's doing a little bit more, but that's it. He's still not cleared for practice. He's still not cleared for contact. As Tom Thibodeau stated, he's doing 1-on-0 right now. That's where he's at realistically. That means he has to work all the way up to 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, being cleared for full practice, going through full practice, being cleared by medical. Then Tom Thibodeau has to clear him, get him in the game, and then he's on a minutes restriction. How long that's going to be, nobody knows. It could be a few weeks. It could be a month. And then you finally get to see Robinson. All of that, does that sound like a mid-February return? Not to me. That sounds like, if we're lucky, an early March return. I'm sure as the days and weeks go by, we're going to learn more information. And once we get that, I promise you, we'll be dropping another video on those updates. But as of right now, it's some good news and bad news with Robinson. But let's focus on some more of the good news. Robinson is looking like he is in the best shape of his entire career. Let's take a look at this image that he posted on social media. You can see here, he posted this a few days ago, and the weight listed is 268.2 pounds. For Robinson, that is amazing. That is great. That is lean. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us the following information. According to him, we saw Mitchell Robinson in the locker room before Monday's game. He looked slimmed down to me. Robinson recently posted a video on social media, the same image you're looking at right now in the middle of your screen, that showed that he weighed 268 pounds. But that video was taken a few days before everybody saw him in the locker room. Once they saw him in the locker room, he actually admitted that he was down to 265. So he dropped even more weight since then. 265 pounds? That's how much Mitchell Robinson weighs right now? That is insane. Like I said, good news and bad news. Yes, it's not great that his return day has been pushed back again, but it is amazing to hear that his rehab is going well and that currently he is dropping weight and looks like a slimmed down version of himself. That is music to my ears. Robinson was listed at 278 pounds last year, and currently he's at 265. 13-pound difference. And for Mitchell Robinson, who is still in phenomenal shape, that is an amazing weight to be at. Robinson's health is critical for the Knicks as the February 6th trade deadline approaches. If New York doesn't think that Robinson can fill the backup center role, the club would have to at least explore trading for a veteran center. Listen, I understand why so many people want to hold on to Mitchell Robinson. There are a number of reasons. One of them is because the Knicks drafted him. Another one is you're likely not going to get a player back like Mitchell Robinson who can hold down the paint defensively. Robinson can basically do that himself. He's also a demon on the offensive boards. So I can understand why a lot of people would be hesitant to trade him for a Jonas Valanciunas or maybe even a Robert Williams III. I can understand that, but you have to take a look at the whole thing here. Robinson, when healthy, fits this team. But if he's not healthy, if he's not consistently available, what is he to New York? Just an anchor, sitting on the bench, making a lot of money, but not doing anything for us, not having an impact. And while I understand it's good to hold on to those players, we have to understand when it's time to let go. If Robinson cannot come back and look like the same player he used to, or once again, his return date gets pushed back again and again and again, or they think that's going to happen, or they feel it, then they have to make a move before February 6th. Because if they don't, they're going to be stuck with Robinson, and they're not going to be able to make any moves. They're going to have to sit on who they have. And it doesn't sound like a bad idea now, but what happens when you need a big off the bench and Robinson's not available? New York, Leon Rose, a lot of decisions to be made right now. Will Mitch stay or will he go? The return date has been pushed back again. In my opinion, now it's up to the Knicks and Leon Rose to decide what that means for them. Pulling a trigger on a trade or having faith that Robinson, even though the return has been slightly delayed, once he returns, will outperform any player that they trade for. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following reports indicating that one thing seems likely as of right now? Robinson won't be in a game before the deadline. That means early February return is extremely unlikely. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.